Hey guys, Snowflake here, and welcome to another episode of Skyrim. In the last episode, we did one of the throwaway miscellaneous quests, really. We just had to deliver some rum, for Stross Mackay rum from Sorik's Vineyards to that Firebeard, who's the steward at the Blue Palace in Solitude. And yeah, most of the episode was just looking around the Blue Palace, meeting and greeting, talking to people, getting new quests, progressing some quests. Um, we learned about the Forbidden Pelagius Wing in the Blue Palace, and we now have a way in, which which will help us out in a future quest line. Um, we talked to the Jarl and all of her thanes and her staff members, and got various quests and in interesting insight into the political workings of the Empire, such as Jarl Elisif, it appears, not exactly got the authority that most Jarls have. Um, as General Tully seems to be running things over there. But yeah, we gave a run, we got 500 gold back out of it, so definitely can't complain too much. But yeah, in this episode, we're going to go from the palace to something slightly less legal. We're going to be putting out the Solitude Lighthouse fire with the intention of crashing a ship, so that our friend, quote unquote friend, our shady accomplice Jarira, plans to loot that ship and share the loot with us. So we'll be doing the Lights Out quest in this episode. Hopefully that should be some fun. Not quite a miscellaneous quest like the others. Come on, Ayla. Come on. Yep, there we go. Thank you.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I
Good for
cook.
you.
Ain't much else to tell.
Ain't much else to ask, really. Okay, so we need to find the Solitude Lighthouse. Guess it's closer to the Blue Palace, so we'll go back there. Pelagius the Mad, yes, we learnt a bit about him, and we didn't really learn much about him, to be fair. We just anyway.
For the boy, I'm a swordman myself.
I don't really favour her.
No doubt most folk in Skyrim consider the dragons terrifying. I find them wondrous.
I don't find them terrifying, but yes, I agree with you. Are you the court wizard?
No, that honor is Sabeel Stentor's. A smart man steers clear of Stentor, and keeps himself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day.
Ooh. What do you mean?
Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die.
That sounds very
Look at
illegal.
that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough.
Okay, civil, scary. Now I understand. So what's your job here at Melaran?
I make sure Erica keeps breathing.
We just saw him walk past, didn't we?
You are free to leave.
Oh, thank you. Oh, great Melaran. Oh, giving me the permission of leaving. There's a bunch of people over here.
I thought adventurers were supposed to look tough.
Wow, that's rude. Hello.
Hey, you want to play a game?
Actually, I can't stop to play games right now. We've already played tag.
Figures. You elders are always so boring.
If I could, I'd kill you,
10,
but
9, 8... Ouch. Hey.
I didn't do anything. Don't look at me. Alright, all the other kids ran away, I guess. Wait.
The road to Whiterun is not safe these days. Lots of travelers just disappear south of Dragonbridge. Can't find a trace of them.
Oh, map updated, apparently. Okay,
Feel free to make requests.
we've already talked to Lizette.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested. When I was a young rascal, I broke a man's arm with a single punch. Of course, I had a horseshoe hidden in my glove.
Oh, that's very, very shady. I'd like you to forgive Octave's debts. I can't even remember getting this quest, but sure.
Debts are debts. Either he pays them, or his kind do.
Oh, his kind? He's an old man. Let it go.
A debt is a debt.
Yeah, that's fair. What if I pay it?
Don't think so. Debts are debts. Either he pays them, or his kind do.
Lay off the old man. Now.
All right, all right. Have it your way. Tell Octave to forget about the debt. Keep your sword, Armstrong.
Remember I offered to pay you in Scar.
Hmm? Yes? I'm waiting. Out with it. Yes?
Whatever you need, Dragonborn. Just say the word.
Need something?
Captain Aldis. Are you with the Legion?
That I am. Train the recruits. Turn boys into men. That sort of thing. Thinking of asking the General for some training books. Give the soldiers something to do while they're on rest. Something besides
I'm
training.
guessing you want me to find
Ever
them?
seen a book called The Mirror? We used to hand it out to boys looking to learn basic shield work.
If I find a copy, I'll bring it to you.
Good on you.
Don't know why I'm
My
helping
men
the Legion
will
with their training,
need them if they don't shape up.
but sure.
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
Very rude. Oh yeah, you're crazy man, Dervanin. Oh, the kid's back.
Hey, wanna play tag?
No.
Back if you don't play tag. I don't wanna talk.
Oh, okay, we found someone with something interesting. Svari. Okay, if you don't want to hear about the dragon.
Dragon?
I was in Helgen when the dragon attacked. Oh, that was so long ago.
Really? Was it big? Did it breathe fire?
Yes and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh wow, I knew it! I knew they were real! I have to remember to tell Papa.
You do that.
I don't have anything to say.
I'm sorry about your uncle. Who's your uncle?
Thanks. Papa talks about it some.
Oh,
Mom
Rogvir.
doesn't say much since Uncle Rogvir died. She doesn't even go to temple
The
anymore.
guy who was executed when
I
we
wish
first
she
came to
would.
Solitude.
At least that way she'd have people to talk to.
Maybe I could convince her.
You would do that? That's great. You should go do it right now.
I'll do it when I want to do it, Svari. Gosh.
Pardon me.
But you're talking right now.
I shouldn't be. Mama says if I do, people are gonna ask about Uncle Rogvir.
Well,
Maybe if I don't talk, they won't either.
you've already told me plenty.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry to interrupt your game. Who are you? Yvette.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you?
How are your sales?
They're adequate. Honestly, I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf, and that's not likely to happen this year.
What's the burning of King Olaf?
Well, it's a great big festival put on by the bards every year. They burn an effigy of old King Olaf. It's quite a bit of fun. The bards give out spiced wine during the festival, so they put it in a big order. And then, for weeks after, demand is so high, I can barely keep up. But with the death of High King Torrig, the festival has been declared in poor taste. So it looks like it won't happen this year.
Ah. What do you need from the docks?
Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it.
And how would I do that? Shouldn't be a problem.
Great. Get back to me when you're done and I'll give you something for your time.
Cool. Convince Vittoria Vici to release the spiced wine shipment. Is your spiced wine made from a secret recipe?
Oh, yes. A secret family recipe. The only good thing my father Octave ever did. In fact, it's so good, no one else in Skyrim even tries to make any.
Well, I got his debt forgiven.
Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering.
It's not
Skyrim.
something he did exactly, but
Papa
you
says
know,
I won't see Rogvir anymore. But he wouldn't tell me why not.
we talked to you.
Hey, Hardin, wanna play tag?
Yeah, we did.
I'm a little
We
busy
don't
at
play
the
tag.
moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Okay, then I'll talk to you.
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
How do you take your mind off something like that?
Most people head over to the Winking Skeever.
Yeah,
If
been
you're
there.
not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip.
I've done that before. Nasty bit of business, Rogvir's execution.
Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his dam's insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter.
Why were they executing him?
You really don't know? He lets
I do
Ulfric
know.
Stormcloak escape solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out.
Well, murder is debatable. He challenged him to combat, and they had a fight, and the High King lost. Don't know if you can call that murder
People to
as
see
such.
places to go, huh? Later then.
You can say he killed him. That would be accurate.
Mother says I shouldn't talk to people.
Well, okay. Good for her.
Hey, wanna play tag?
Who are you? Roland.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
How many divines you say?
I'm afraid I'm running errands at the moment, but please visit me later at the Temple of the Divines. Well now, I'm afraid you've caught me a bit out of my element. Most of my time is spent in the Temple of the Divines, you see.
Well, you're not there
Blessings
now.
be with you. What do you need? Need something? Need something?
Greta?
Are you here to talk about my brother? Do you think his execution was justified?
Oh, this is Svari's mother, I guess, Greta. I guess your brother was Rogvir there. Who is your brother?
Rogvir. He opened a gate and they executed him for it. He opened a gate and the wrong man rode out of it. If that man hadn't been Ulfric Stormcloak, if Ulfric hadn't killed High King Torrig, but it was Ulfric, and he did kill the High King in honorable combat. My brother refused to allow the Imperials to take revenge for the deed. So now he's dead.
So he did what he thought was right. Obviously not gonna call him a traitor.
Then like Rogvir, you have a Nord's heart. It's hard for many of the people here to understand. I think Aldous understands. I don't think I could have stayed here if anyone else had... I think I need to be done talking for the moment.
Oh,
I'm not looking for conversation.
well, I am, so too bad. No, I think he was an honourable man.
And like Rogvir, you're a Nord at heart.
Oh,
It's hard for many
is
of the
weird.
people here to understand. I think Aldous understands. I don't think I could
Don't
have
run
stayed
away
here
from me
if
again.
anyone else had... I think I need to stop talking now.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines,
If you want to
I
talk
bid
about
you
my
welcome.
brother, I'm not interested.
Hi, Svari asked me to talk to you.
She did she? She's gonna get a sit-down later.
Don't make her in trouble. She wants you to return to Temple, which is something Roland over here is going to be very happy to hear.
Well, I wish it were that simple. Maybe it is. Look, I want to go back, but I won't feel right in there without a tie to Talos.
I hear that.
My brother Rogvir wore a symbol of Talos. He kept it hidden on his person.
Ah.
If I had that, I can't go near his body. Would you get it back for me?
Well, actually, I've got it here because I've already looted your brother after he died. Aren't I a nice person?
Why did you... Never mind.
Yeah.
It's a sign. I'll return to Temple. Here's something for your
Don't
help.
question why I've got your brother's... Wait, did she give me something?
I should make sure Sfari's okay.
Blessings be with you.
She didn't give me anything, did she? She said she would. Weird. That's Nostra Eagle-Eye, that was his name.
For a dragon to attack Kynesgrove. Why? Why there? Is no place safe?
Octave, we
Being
cleared your
old's not
debt.
so bad. Daughter daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done. I'm too old to work, but that don't make me too old to drink.
Yeah, I'm not sure I did the right thing here, but I've got Inscar to forgive your debt by threatening him.
You've done a fine thing for me. You know, I used to be quite a warrior in my day. Let me show you a thing or two. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
I already did. Well, I'm not sure I cared too much about my two-handed skill, but...
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Thanks, man. Alright, let's, yeah, let's start doing the quest, I suppose. We're supposed to be turning off the lighthouse fire, and we're just running around talking to people, getting more quests. Anyway, around here, doesn't look like it. Oh, hey, Jirira.
If you're looking for opportunities to make some coin, well, I'm your man. It would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
Yeah, I'm working on it, buddy. Alright, let's save the game just in case we fall to grisly death here, which... yeah, this way looks a little bit safe. Nice little bridge here. There we go, easy does it. East Empire Company Warehouse. I feel like this is where the back door to Solitude was, wasn't it? Why have we got two quests active here? Bring one the mirror to Aldis. Oh, okay, for some reason that quest was active and that's what was... that was throwing me off. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious as to how this quest progresses. Because we're probably doing some criminal activities here. Yeah, that was the Solitude backdoor. Obviously, a number of things can happen. This Jirira guy might not be so trustworthy, and he might snitch on us. He might claim the loot for himself. He might try and kill us. And again, he might just let us have our share. Something could go wrong. Someone else could have tipped someone off. Always a little worrying, especially since Jirira doesn't appear to be part of any guilds. So he's not bound by any rules. So you never know what could happen. Well, the lighthouse has just appeared on our mini-map. So we're almost there. Spiky grass. There's another... oh, it's down here. Walker. Here's some known route too. Guys, relax. We're friends, okay? Guys, please. Let's have a look at this ship. Dainty slowed. Wait, what? I hear swords drawn. Did I anger someone by approaching the ship? I don't appear to have any enemies. Alright, let's head on board. See if people here are friendly. Oh. Well, if you want to go, you can go.
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Okay. Oh wait, why did I put my weapons away? Hey, stop following me and fight this guy. Alright, take all of that. Scimitar. 42 damage. It's not bad, is it? It's probably not better than what we're using. Yeah, 53 and 57. Our one-handed skill has gone up. Cool. Well, I guess... Oh, giant lichen. Interesting. Didn't need to yeet that off the table, but... You know, juniper berries, okay. Don't see that too often. Guessing there's more bad pirates inside, and this boat is probably quest related. May even have been a quest we already got. Who knows? But we won't investigate any further. We're not here for the dainty slowed. Ooh, skooma. Yeah, you guys up to some bad stuff. Alright, cool. Well, more skooma. Ooh, got sound. Alright, bunch of walkers. And there is the lighthouse. Alright, that's a fox. We have no beef with you. Sneak increased to 65. Alright, this is probably illegal, so let's save it just in case. Open Solitude Lighthouse, or can we just probably just go upstairs? Oh, that's simple enough. Activate Solitude Lighthouse Fire and return to Jarira. Alright, let's head back to East Empire Company warehouse. So, yeah, we just caused the ship to crash. Aren't we Aren't we great citizens? Were you talking to me from all the way over here?
Looks like you had no trouble.
I put out the lighthouse fire.
The effects have already been felt. The Ice Runner has failed to dock on time.
Oh, that was the name of the ship?
Without the lighthouse, the Ice Runner will have swung wide of the western shoal and run aground on the eastern coast. My sister Dija will be at the wreck with our Black Blood marauders. She knows to expect you.
Okay, find Dija at the wreck of the Ice Runner. Okay. Let's go to the Ice Runner then. This abandoned shack is closest, so let's go there. So his sister knows to expect me, and that could either be a good thing or a bad thing. Because if they've got a big gang and I'm just walking in there, it could, yeah, it could turn on me pretty quick. Of course, I'm a loose end at this point. Not exactly a trusted member of the crew. That's Fox, is it not? Oh, no, no. All the fish eggs. Yeah, gotcha. Come on. Dragonfly obtained. Oh, there's a random gold ore over here. Alright, we made it to the Ice Runner. Oh, swordfish. They're much more dangerous in Skyrim. Over here. Oh, are you fighting me? We're not friends? Oh no, they're fighting the slaughterfish. I think. This could be a long fight. Ada's really struggling to find me. Oh, but the slaughterfish are taking some hits. Maybe I could use my bow, I suppose. That wouldn't be the worst idea. Was that the dead? That's the dead one. I'm firing it at a rock, aren't I? Oh, that was it. Okay. Alright, these guys don't appear to be aggroed onto me, so that's a good sign. Maybe they're friendly after all.
You're the one who put out the fire in the lighthouse, right?
I sure did.
That was good work. Dija's in the hold of the ship. Go down 2 levels.
Ah, awesome.
Until next time.
Appreciate your kind words, Mr. Marauder. Alright, you're not a fan of me picking up your stuff. I can take these. Wines, potions. Take this flower, but nothing much else. Oh, take from this barrel too.
Make it quick. Make it quick. Yes, yes, I haven't got all day. Need something? Need something?
Okay. That's all you've got to say? Ooh. Yeah, okay, Imperial soldier, so... Yeah. I guess there were some Imperial soldiers on the boat that got... pretty messed up. And take this stuff. Ooh, I do not want to steal. There's the Marauder. Barrels, sacks.
Need something?
Bucket. Barrel. Oh. That's interesting. Oh.
Yeah.
You're also just a regular Marauder. Another soldier. And all of that. Empty chest. Yep, this has already been looted.
Yes?
Okay. You can sit on the bench, but that's about all we're allowed to do here. Okay, let's head down into the ice runner. And hopefully receive our share of the plunder. Oh, we're allowed to take everything here. Which is interesting. I guess since they're bandits, they can't really report this to the guards, can they? Salt. Very nice. Black robes. Cool. Carrots. Buckets. There's some charcoal somewhere. Or was that cupboard? Maybe it was cupboard. Alright, well, clearly no one's aggroed here, so we can just walk around and do what we want. Apple, potatoes, apples, apples, cabbages, apples. Oh yeah, they did a number on this ship. Let's go into this room. Song of the Askeldemen. Okay, for some reason Shift Tab is not working. Let me try Alt Tab in and tabbing back in. Okay, that worked. Yeah, looks like we have not read this book, so Song of the Askeldemen. Let's read it. Song of the Askeldemen, Nord/traditional, translation, 3rd era 213, Athenian monks at Old Anthel. 50 nights from home I last awoke upon a sky-flung cliff in Hjalmarch hold. Though my flesh had died and gone to ground, my vision went on from body unbound. Winking there in the vale whence I came, this dead man's eyes saw pale flame. My men the same who took life away, sung high their battle, glory and praise. Wafting went I, a shader of white, through stoic pines, pitched ink of night. Ere I came upon the pyre-burning throng, I heard carried on winds wing their song. Sing high and clear, bandsmen born of sky, let sovereign God hear and join our cry. These honoured dead shed blood upon the fen, ending orc and elf and traitor men. Your spirit went unto and filled their heart. You sped them to glory, hail spirit wolf hearth. Then oil from urns fed greedy flames, burning what few my legion and I slayed. Wordlessly they chanted, then until dawn, every flake of ash gathered ere they marched on. Sort of rhymes. Swept along unseen, so too went I, meekly haunting these children of the sky. Tired as they went over hearth and hill, exhaustion seemed only to spare them still. Unflagging they went, a hall of rage, soon finding our camp bloated with prey. My dead heart ached, for I knew within, doomed to never knowing how close was their end. Again the gnawed chest swelled up in refrain, I screamed unheard, I wept with horror plain. Hear us, our ancestor Ash King Izmir, honour this warband as we to glory repair. Those dead to whom you spoke and heard, we bear them upon us your valour conferred. And so it was to the man each was smeared, with ash of a brother's bone, blood and beard. These ashen brutes, the Eskelda men, set to a gruesome task each bowstring bent. I bellowed then a cry of desperate rage, a futile howl among those men, an empty page. Yet one elder turned and unblinking stared, into the vapour soul of me his nostrils flared. He bellowed ancient words, his beard aflame, and my vision fell away. Peace at last came. Well, you got shouted to death, I guess? Probably. I think we've read Beggar Prince, but I'll double check. Indeed. Am I over encumbered or?
Yes, yes, I haven't got all day.
I'm not over encumbered, am I? No. Why am I walking? Press caps lock for some reason. Press it again. Yep.
Need. Huh?
Just trying to get this knife. Okay, I'm not allowed to take this knife.
Need something?
Yes. Your ragged cap. That's what I needed. There's a big conversation there. Flower basket. A dead sailor. Looks like it wasn't just the Imperial soldiers that took brunt of this. Just a regular marauder. Where's the... Presumably it's further down. Yeah, okay. Start some tankards. Let's keep going this way. Gold bucket. Ayla, please stop standing in the worst possible places, thank you. Ooh. This guy was just trying to take a nap. Pirate King of the Abyssian. We read that one? For some reason it sounds familiar, but at the same time not. Nope, we have not read it. So we shall read Pirate King of the Abyssian, which is fitting because we are... Well, this isn't really a pirate ship, is it? But pirates did attack it. Guess you've got to be careful what you read. Oop, light shield. There's another book here called Chance's Folly. Check on that one in a sec too. Velek Sane, Pirate King of the Abyssian. Poke out your eyes, lad, pour lead in your ears. Those sails portend madness, dark horror and fear. Oh, is this a poem too? Or a song? Abandon your lasses, your ship and your gold. Blood on the water, Velek this way comes. A noose from the rigging, a plank from boards. Do yourself in, don't try at crossing swords. Mercy's not a shipmate among that heartless horde. Blood on the water, the pirate king comes. Stout empire galleon or swift elven skiff, they every one splinter and just as soon sink. But only after crew and captain have their fun. Blood on the water, your days are done. He'll tear your guts and he'll eat your heart raw. His eyes gleam red, his heart will never fall. Mark well these words, you quaking babes. Blood on the water follows Captain Velek Sane. Oh, that's it. Yeah, just a quick little tune. Chance's Folly. Nope, doesn't look like we've read this one. Chance's Folly by Zilmok Golge. By the time she was 16, Minerva Yolos had been an unwelcome guest in every shop and manor in Balmora. Sometimes she would take everything of value within. Other times it was enough to experience the pure pleasure of finding a way past the locks and traps. In either situation, she would leave a pair of dice in a prominent location as her calling card to let the owners know who had burgled them. Sounds stupid. A mysterious ghost became known to the locals as Chance. A typical conversation in Balmora at this time. "My dear, whatever happened to that marvellous necklace of yours?" "My dear, it was taken by Chance." The only time when Chance disliked her hobby was when she miscalculated, and she came upon an owner or a guard. So far she had never been caught or even seen, but dozens of times she had uncomfortably close encounters. There came a day when she felt it was time to expand her reach. She considered going to Vivek or Nissis, but one night at the Eight Plates, she heard a tale of a Heron ancestral tomb, an ancient tomb filled with traps and possessing hundreds of years of the Heron family treasures. The idea of breaking the spell of a Heron tomb and gaining the fortune within appealed to Chance, but facing the Guardians was outside of her experience. While she was considering her options, she saw Ulster Moresby sitting at a table, nearby, by himself as usual. He was a huge brute of a Breton who had a reputation as a gentle eccentric, a great warrior who had gone mad and paid more attention to the voices in his head than to the world around him. If she must have a partner in this enterprise, Chance decided this man would be perfect. He would not demand or understand the concept of getting an equal share of the booty. If worse came to worse, he would not be missed if the inhabitants of the Heron tomb were too much for him, or if Chance found his company tiresome and elected to leave him behind. "Ulster, I don't think we've ever met, but my name is Minerva," she said, approaching the table. "I'm fancying a trip to the Heron ancestral tomb. If you think you could handle the monsters, I could take care of unlocking doors and popping traps. What do you think?" The Breton took a moment to reply, as if considering the counsel of the voices in his head. Finally, he nodded his head in the affirmative, mumbling, yes, proper rock, hot steel, chitin, walls beyond doors, 53, 2 months and back." "Splendid," said Chance, not the least put off by his rambling. "We'll leave early tomorrow." When Chance met Ulster the next morning, he was wearing chitin armour and had armed himself with an unusual blade that glowed faintly of enchantment. As they began their trek, she tried to engage him in conversation, but his responses were so nonsensical that she quickly abandoned the attempts. A sudden rainstorm swelled over the plain, dousing them, but she was wearing no armour and Ulster was wearing slick chitin. Their progress was not impeded. Into the dark recesses of the Heron tomb they delved. Her instincts had been correct. They made very good partners. She recognized the ancient snap-wire traps, dead falls, and brittlebacks before they were triggered, and cracked all manners of locks, simple, tumbler, combination, twisted hasp, double catch, varieties from antiquity with no modern names, rusted heaps that would have been dangerous to open even if one possessed the actual key. Ulster, for his part, slew scores of bizarre fiends, the likes of which Chance, a city girl, had never seen before. His enchanted blade spell of fire was particularly effective against the frost Acrinax. He even saved her when she lost her footing and nearly plummeted into a shadowy crack in the floor. "Not to hurt thyself," he said, his face showing genuine concern. "There are walls beyond doors in 53. Drain ring, 2 months and back, drop a rock. Come, Mother Chance." Chance had not been listening to much of Ulster's babbling, but when he said Chance, she was startled. She had introduced herself to him as Minerva. Could it be that the peasants were right, that when madmen spoke they were talking to the Daedra Prince Sheogorath, who gave them advice and information beyond their kin? Or was it rather more sensibly that Ulster was merely repeating what he heard tell of in Balmora, where in recent years Chance had become synonymous with lockpicking? As the two continued on, Chance thought of Ulster's mumblings. He had said chitin when they met as if it had just occurred to him, and the chitin armour that he wore had proven useful. Likewise, hot steel. What could walls beyond doors mean, or 2 months and back? What numbered 53? The notion that Ulster possessed secret knowledge about her and the tomb they were in began to unnerve Chance. She made up her mind then to abandon her companion once the treasure had been found. That sounds like an unwise move. He had cut through the living and undead guardians of the dungeon. If she merely left by the path they had entered, she would be safe without a defender. One phrase he said made perfect sense to her. Train ring. At one of the manors in Balmora, she had picked up a ring purely because she thought it was pretty. It was not until later that she discovered that it could be used to sap other people's vitality. Could Ulster be aware of this? Would he be taken by surprise if she used it on him? She formulated her plan on how best to desert the Breton as they continued down the hall. Abruptly, the passage ended with a large metal door, secured by a golden lock. Using her pick, Chance snapped away the 2 tumblers and bolt and swung the door open. The treasure of the Heron tomb was within. Chance quietly slipped her glove off her hand, exposing the ring as she stepped into the room. There were 53 bags of gold within. Yep, he said 53. As she turned, the door closed between her and the Breton. On her side, it did not resemble a door anymore, but a wall. Walls beyond doors. She's trapped in, I guess. For many days, Chance screamed and screamed as she tried to find a way out of her room. For some days after that, she listened dully to the laughter of Shea Gorath within her own head. 2 months later, when Ulster returned, she was dead. He used a rock to probably open the door and remove the gold. Nice. Big dub for Ulster, man. Alright then, take this bucket. And there's another door here. More honeycombs, tomatoes, lantern. Tongues, garlic. Some more armor, which we probably won't be able to carry. Let's grab everything else that's near us. And Ayla, how about
still here.
carrying some things for me?
What do you need to take?
Okay, that's it. Oh wait, I kept the Amulet of Talos? It's no longer a quest item. Okay. Potions. Alright. Okay.
Let's go.
Thanks for your help. Apples, A Dance in Fire, Volume 1. Nope, we have not read that. Grab the rest of the stuff too. Alright. A Dance in Fire, Chapter 1 by Roaring Jarth. Scene: the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Date: 7 Frostfall, 3rd Era 397. It seemed as if the palace had always housed the Atreus Building Commission, the company of clerks and estate agents who authored and notarized nearly every construction of any note in the Empire. It had stood for 250 years, since the reign of the Emperor Magnus, a plain-fronted and austere hall on a minor but respectable plaza in the Imperial City. Energetic and ambitious middle-class lads and ladies worked there, as well as complacent middle-aged ones like Decimus Scotti. No one could imagine a world without the Commission, least of all Scotti. To be accurate, he could not imagine a world without himself and the Commission. Lord Atreus is perfectly aware of your contributions, said the managing clerk, closing the shutter that demarcated Scotty's office behind him, but you know that things have been difficult. Yes, said Scotty stiffly. Lord Van Egg's men have been giving us a lot of competition lately, and we must be more efficient if we are to survive. Unfortunately, that means releasing some of our historically best, but presently underachieving senior clerks. I understand. Can't be helped. I'm glad that you understand, smiled the managing clerk, smiling thinly and withdrawing. Please have your room cleared immediately. Scotty began the task of organizing all his work to pass on to his successor. It would probably be young Imbrelius who would take most of it on, which was as it should be, he considered philosophically. The lad knew how to find business. Scotty wondered idly what the fellow would do with the contracts for the new statue of Saint Alessia for which the Temple of the One had applied. Probably invent a clerical error, blame it on his old predecessor Decimus Scotti, and require an additional cost to rectify. I have correspondence for Decimus Scotti of the Atreus Building Commission. Scotty looked up. A fat-faced courier had entered his office and was thrusting forth a sealed scroll. He handed the boy a gold piece and opened it up. By the poor penmanship, atrocious spelling and grammar, and overall unprofessional tone, it was manifestly evident who the writer was. Leodes Juris, a fellow clerk some years before, who had left the commission after being accused of unethical business practices. Dear Scotty, I imagine you always wondered what happened to me, and the last place you would have expected to find me is out in the woods. That's exactly where I am, haha. If you're smart and want to make a lot of extra gold for Lord Atreus and yourself, haha, you'll come down to Valenwood too. If you haven't or have been following the politics here lately, you may or may not know that there's been a war between the Boschma and their neighbours elsewhere over the past 2 years. Things have only just calmed down, and there's a lot that needs to be rebuilt. Now I've got more business that I could handle, but I need someone with some clout, someone representing a respected agency to get the quill in the ink. That someone is you, my fiend. Come and meet me at the Muther Pasca's Tavern in Valenwood. I'll be here 2 weeks and you won't be sorry. Juris. P.S. Bring a wagon load of timber if you can. What do you have there, Scotty? Asked a voice. Scotty started. It was Imbralius, his damnably handsome face peeking through the shutters, smiling in that way that melted the hearts of the stingiest of patrons and the roughest of stonemasons. Scotty shoved the letter in his jacket pocket. Personal correspondence, he sniffed. I'll be cleared up here in just a moment. I don't want to hurry you, said Imbralius, grabbing a few sheets of blank contracts from Scotty's desk. We've just gone through a stack, and the junior scribe's hands are all cramping up, so I thought you wouldn't miss a few. The lad vanished. Scotty retrieved the letter and read it again. He thought about his life, something he rarely did. It seemed a sea of grey with a black insurmountable wall looming. There was only one narrow passage he could see in that wall. Quickly, before he had a moment to reconsider it, he grabbed a dozen of the blank contracts with the shimmering gold leaf Atreus Building Commission by appointment of His Imperial Majesty, and hid them in the satchel with his personal effects. The next day he began his adventure with a giddy lack of hesitation. He arranged for a seat in a caravan bound for Valenwood, a single escorted conveyance to the southeast, leaving the Imperial City that week. He had scarcely hours to pack, but he remembered to purchase a wagon load of timber. It'll be extra gold to pay for a horse to pull that, frowned the convoy head. So I anticipated, smiled Scotty with his best Imbralius grin. 10 wagons in all set off that afternoon through the familiar Cyrodiilic countryside, past fields of wildflowers, gently rolling woodlands, friendly hamlets. The clop of the horses' hooves against the sound stone road reminded Scotty that the Atreus Building Commission constructed it. 5 of the 18 necessary contracts for its completion were drafted by his own hand. Very smart of you to bring that wood along, said a grey-whiskered Breton man next to him on his wagon. You must be commerce. Never thought, said Scotty in a way he hoped was mysterious, before introducing himself. Take him as Scotty. Griff Mallon, said the man. I'm a poet, actually a translator of old Bosmer literature. I was researching some newly discovered tracts from Noriad Play Bar 2 years ago when the war broke out and I had to leave. You are no doubt familiar with the Noriad if you are aware of the Green Pact. Scotty thought the man might be speaking perfect gibberish, but he nodded his head. Naturally, I don't pretend that the Noriad is as renowned as the Mare Elidian, or as ancient as the Danse Gaul, but I think it has a remarkable significance to understanding the nature of the Merolithic Bosmer mind, the origin of the wood elf aversion to cutting their own wood, or eating any plant material at all. Yet paradoxically, their willingness to import plant stuff from other cultures, I feel, could be linked to a passage in the Noriad. Mallon shuffled through some of his papers, searching for the appropriate text. To Scotty's vast relief, the carriage soon stopped to camp for the night. They were high on a bluff over a grey stream, and before them was the great valley of Valenwood. Only the cry of seabirds declared the presence of the ocean to the bay to the west. Here the timber was so tall and wide, twisting around itself like an impossible knot begun eons ago to be impenetrable. A few more modest trees, only 50 feet to the lowest branches, stood on the cliff at the edge of the camp. The sight was so alien to Scotty, and he found himself so anxious about the proposition of entering the wilderness, that he could not imagine sleeping. Fortunately, Mellon had supposed he had found another academic with a passion for the riddles of ancient cultures. Long into the night he recited Bosmer verse in the original, and in his own translation, sobbing and bellowing and whispering wherever appropriate. Gradually Scotty began to feel drowsy, but a sudden crack of wood snapping made him sit straight up. What was that? Alan smiled. I like it too. Convocation of the malignity of a moonless speculum. A dance of fire. She said the line. There are some enormous birds up in the trees moving around, whispered Scotty, pointing in the direction of the dark shapes above. I wouldn't worry about that, said Malin, irritated with his audience. Now listen to how the poet characterizes Herma Mora's invocation, the 18th stanza of the 4th book. The dark shapes in the trees were some of them perched like birds, others slithered like snakes, and still others stood up straight like men. As Malin recited his verse, Scotty watched the figures softly leap from branch to branch, half gliding across impossible distances for anything without wings. They gathered in groups and then reorganized until they had spread to every tree around the camp. Suddenly they plummeted from the heights. Mara! Cried Scotty. They're falling like rain. Probably seed pods, Malin shrugged, not turning around. Some of the trees have remarkable... The camp erupted into chaos. Fires burst out in the wagons, for horses wailed from mortal blows. Casks of wine, fresh water, and liquor gushed their contents to the ground. A nimble shadow dashed past Scotty and Malin, gathering sacks of grain and gold with impossible agility and grace. Scotty had only one glance at it, lit up by a sudden nearby burst of flame. It was a sleek creature with pointed ears, wide yellow eyes, mottled pied fur, and a tail like a whip. Werewolf, he whimpered, shrinking back. Cafe rats, groaned Malin. Much worse. Khajiiti cousins or some such thing come to plunder. Are you sure? As quickly as they struck, the creatures retreated, diving off a bluff before the battle mage and knight. The caravan's escorts had fully opened their eyes. Malin and Scotty ran to the precipice and saw 100 feet below the tiny figures dash out of the water, shake themselves and disappear into the wood. Werewolves aren't acrobats like that, said Malin. They're definitely cafe rat. Bastard thieves. Thanks to Stendar they didn't realize the value of my notebooks. It wasn't a complete loss. There we go. That's a fire volume 1. More tomatoes. Apples. Orange darkly. Tomatoes. Basket, 10 cards. Imperial Light Shield, buckets. All of this stuff. Bunch of pots, which we'll probably get rid of if we need to. Wheat. Spider eggs. So don't expect to find that. But it makes sort of sense that there'd be spider eggs in a dirty ship. Those. Can we not get up there? It's not. We can't get to this. Oh, maybe now? Huh. Guess we can't reach the sack at the back then. Get this one over with potatoes. Honeycomb. Yeah, we're definitely not starving, that's for sure. Oh, another pour under here. Alright, and we'll... Can we not get you? I guess not. That's the way down, so maybe we don't want to go there just yet. Okay.
Good morning.
Morning. Yep, you're just a dead sailor. Alright, there's a bookshelf here. Beggar Prince, we've read. Cake and a Diamond, we've read. Chance's Folly, we've read. Frontier Conquest? We have not read. Funnily enough, last night I was watching an Oblivion playthrough from another YouTuber, and he does this thing where he like reads one book at the end of every episode. And I only watched one episode, by the way, and the book happened to be Frontier Conquest, so I have read this recently. Frontier Conquest and Accommodation, A Social History of Cyrodiil. University of Gwilym Press, 3rd era 344. Historians often portray the human settlement of Tamriel as a straightforward process of military expansion of the Nords of Skyrim. In fact, human settlers occupied nearly every corner of Tamriel before Skyrim was even founded. These so-called Nedic peoples include the Proto-Cyrodiilians, the ancestors of the Bretons, the Aboriginals of Hammerfell, and perhaps a now vanished human population of Morrowind. Strictly speaking, the Nords are simply another of these Nedic peoples, the only one that failed to find a method of peaceful accommodation with the elves who already occupied Tamriel. Ysgramor was certainly not the first human settler in Tamriel. In fact, in fleeing civil war in Atmora, as the Song of Return states, Ysgramor was following a long tradition of migration from Atmora. Tamriel had served as a safety valve for Atmora for centuries before Ysgramor's arrival. Malcontents, dissidents, rebels, Landis' younger sons all made the difficult crossing from Atmora to the new world of Tamriel. New archaeological excavations date the earliest human settlements in Hammerfell, High Rock, and Cyrodiil at ME 800 to 1000, centuries earlier than Ysgramor, even assuming that the 12 Nord kings prior to Harold were actual historical figures. The Nedic peoples were a minority in a land of elves and had no choice but to live peacefully with the elder race. In High Rock, Hammerfell, Cyrodiil, and possibly Morrowind, they did just that, and the Nedic peoples flourished and expanded over the last centuries of the Malefic era. Only in Skyrim did this accommodation break down, an event recorded in the Song of Return. Perhaps being close to reinforcements from Atmora, the Proto-Nords did not feel it necessary to submit to the authority of the Skyrim elves. Indeed, the early Nord chronicles note that under King Harold, the first historical Nord ruler, 1st era 113 to 221, the Atmoran mercenaries returned to their homeland, following the consolidation of Skyrim as a centralized kingdom. Whatever the case, the pattern was set. In Skyrim, expansion would proceed militarily, with human settlement following the frontier of conquests, and the line between human territory and elven territory was relatively clear. But beyond this zone of conflict, the other Nedic peoples continued to merge with their elven neighbours. When the Nord armies of the First Empire finally entered High Rock and Cyrodiil, they found Bretons and Proto-Cyrodiils already living there among the elves. Indeed, the Nords found it difficult to distinguish between elf and Breton. The two races had already intermingled to such a degree. The arrival of the Nord armies upset the balance of power between the Nedic people and the elves. Although the Nords' expansion into High Rock and Cyrodiil was relatively brief, less than 2 centuries, the result was decisive. From then on, power in those regions shifted from the elves to the humans. There we go. Galerion the Mystic. We have red. Some more apples. Galerion the Mystic. This reminds me of an Oblivion shelf. Nords of Skyrim, actually, maybe not. But we have read it. Mysterious Akavir, pretty sure. Yep. Mixed unit tactics. That was a very common book in Oblivion. And one we have also read here. Prince, Cake of the Diamond, Chance's Folly, Frontier Conquests, Mysterious Akavir, Lords of Skyrim, Mixed Unit Tactics, and that's it. Okay. Biography of Baron Zaya, pretty sure we've read all of those too. Well, 1 to 3. I think that's all of them. And dagger. Okay. What's in this room? Bucket. Leather boots. Gloves. Imperial sword. Plate. Iron stamina. Tankard. That's it. Yeah, this map doesn't help in terms of locations we've been to.
What do you need?
Just as much as I can grab, really. Oh, some mead, some wine. 3 gold, more wine, iron helmet, more mead. Gold plates and bowls. There's more stuff on the floor than there is on the table. Okay. That's it for this area.
Need something?
I will let you know. Yeah. We just need to go down now. Yeah. Okay, so the woman we're waiting for is in that room there. In the meantime, there's a whole bunch of other stuff we can take. Oh, that flower did it. Okay, well, I guess we could put some stuff back. Probably anything that's weighing more than it's worth. Like lanterns and spigots. I want that bucket, no matter what. And those potatoes. You guys might think I'm crazy, and you might be right. Ooh, salt. Always worth it. Blueberries, flour, empty chest. Yeah. Have another lantern. And a spigot.
Careful.
Sure. Yeah. Can I not go under here? Guess not. Okay. I have a spigot. There's a bucket over there. Can I grab it? Yeah. Yes, cast iron pots. Probably the thing to drop right now. Yep. Carrots, sneaky tankard. I'm almost done looting your supplies, guys, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's... Ooh, satchel. Golden lockpick. That's useful.
Something?
Yeah. Take that lavender. Take those tomatoes. And, okay, got too much again. Okay, I think we've just about looted the heck out of this place. Do we get this sack up here? Probably. Okay, open door. It's the lady that's waiting for us. But in the meantime, more flour, more cabbage. And we're full again. Yeah, take another pot back. Empty chest.
My brother told me you were coming. I'm supposed to give you what you've earned.
Please do.
My brother told me you were coming. I'm supposed to give you what you've earned.
Ooh, vigorous magic, vigorous healing. It's already good. Drop this part. What else? Clothes iron. That is 2. It's still pretty good. Kettle is 2. Yeah, it'll be the other pots, I believe. We haven't got anything worse than that here, do we? Do not think so. Yeah, I think we're ready. Okay, Deidre, why don't you give us what we deserve?
My brother told me you were coming. I'm supposed to give you what you've earned.
So we're splitting the loot then?
Ha! I'm afraid the loot's already been moved. You've been useful to the Black Bloods, though. You've
Black
earned
Bloods. Oh, is that it? Okay. So, yep, they've betrayed us. Find out where Jarira's bandits took the loot. I feel like that animation just cancelled there. That was weird. Wait, why am I putting my weapons away? Everyone else is going to want a piece of me now. Gold armor, yeah. Just grab all that. Take all of those back. Wait, this chest is... Oh, I put stuff in there. Deja. Note from Jarira. I'm guessing that will be useful. Gold, lockpick, Nordmead, armor. Yeah. How about a parting gift? Like some kettles. And probably some of this stuff here. Is there anything else we can worth giving up? Probably not. Okay, we just start getting rid of our baskets then. Okay, let's read Jarira's note. Sister, once you have picked up the packages, send them on to me at Broken Old Grotto. The fool who did our work at the lighthouse should arrive shortly thereafter. Make sure he is taken care of. Yeah. Well, you know who's a fool? The kind of person that keeps a note saying exactly where your partner's going to be. That is what I would call stupid. Like, you couldn't have committed that to memory? Silly. Silly fool. Alright, well, I'm guessing everyone here is going to want to tussle now.
Is someone there?
Can't say you didn't deserve that, mate. Alright, baskets. Buckets. Flagons. Tankers. 14 should be enough. Yeah, well, we won't go out of our way to fight anyone we've already seen. I tell a lie. Oh, someone else got alerted. Want some too, amigo?
What was that?
Nice. Ooh, Black Mage Robes. Worth a good chunk. Have some more drinks. At least now they're much neater than when you originally threw them away. I realised I missed these earlier. There were some things we could have harvested, which I did not even get. And there was a broom here, which I didn't take, but I would have dropped by now anyway. Banded iron shield, yeah, grabbing all of this for now. Although I would assume we would drop a lot of it. Alright, clothes irons just over 2. Gloves? We have gloves, right? Yeah, so we don't need this. Books as well, we could think of dropping as well. There's anything not valuable here. But yeah, clothes iron. Imperial sword is actually worse. Iron greatsword. That's free. Alright, let's get rid of the clothes irons as well. Where am I going? It's up here. Alright then.
Huh?
We being fired at? Yeah, we are. Take that. Alright, charcoal's 4, rock paper's 4. Greatsword's 3. Alright, there we go. What's Ayla up to? Oh, she's catching up with me. We already took everything here, right? Just notice there's some... we don't want... oh yeah, this is stealing, apparently. want to steal. We wouldn't want to steal from these double-crossing bandits, would we? That'd be wrong. Right, where is Broken Ore Grotto? It's probably slightly closer to the. Oh, actually, it's probably closest to Shadow Green Cavern, which we already went to before. So let's go there. Yep, mammoths, peaceful creatures, unless provoked. Alright, Jarira. You're gonna regret giving your sister a note telling her exactly where you are. And also, I killed your sister. That's probably what he cares more about. Oh, look, a little bunny rabbit. It's okay, little buddy. Just go on your merry way. It's not you who I'm after. Alright. Well, Broken Ore Grotto. Just realised the significance of that name. Because he makes his living from plundering ships. So Broken Ore is... I mean, ships don't use ores. Well, I mean, they do. What am I saying? But yeah. You get what I mean. Nice view. Very nice view. Sadly, we cannot go much further north than this, but... There we are, Broken Ore Grotto. Has been discovered. And of course, there are boats around. We'll try and find a slightly safer route down. Alright, Broken Ore Grotto. Let's go. Defeat Jarira. Alright. Wow, this seems fairly expansive. So if it's going to be a quick one and done dungeon. And he's probably going to have some bros. Duly noted. That's treason, guys. Well, you could be right. Yeah.
Time to end.
And what now? Yep, hit him with a backhand. Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, okay. It's getting tough to decide what to keep now. Iron Dagger's 5, I'll go 6. Steel sword is 4.5. Mace is a bit more than 4.5. Same with the war axe. Boots, I guess, can go. Okay, 5 minimum there. Charcoal. Roll of paper. Okay. Oh, delicious venison. Yep, that something like that might do it. Alright, we'll drop the war axe. That was enough. Okay, we'll take the mace too then. There's our other friend. We loot. Oh yeah, we sent him flying over here. Iron daggers 5. 6. Iron shields are also 5, right? And they're a lot heavier. So probably that first. And we didn't even get a chance to loot all of his stuff because we were so busy listening to conversations. Ooh, bear pelt. I guess books that way. 5 can go next. So 10, 10. Under 10. Okay. Where was I going? Oh, right, there's a little boat here. Salt is good. Bear pelt is good. Oh, heavy. Another boat over there. Probably got something in it. You would think. Nope, absolutely nothing. Just an ornamental boat. What about the bottom of the cave? Oh, there's a skeleton with some gold. Alright, relax. Ooh, there is a chest. 57 gold. Is that the chest they were talking about? Next to the ship? Alright, well... is a big place. Probably going to attract some attention doing this, but oh look, a random fish. Another chest. Awesome. 54 gold. We will leave the war axe behind. And another skeleton with some money. See people.
Don't see that every day.
Nope, sure don't. Also, a fish has over encumbered me. Let's see if we can make it back to the skeleton. How about another longbow? Ooh, spiderfish. And another chest. Oh, I thought that was a chest. Looked like one. Isn't very stealthy, is it? I feel like we are being fired at, aren't we? Maybe not. Ooh. Master lock chest. Let's save. No, this must be the chest they were talking about with the loot. I am not really concentrating, am I? So I have broken like 10 picks. Ah, somewhere here. Straight in. Break so easily, man. Oh, come on. Okay. We can increase to 48. Flawed Valor Stone. 83 gold. Stamina Poison. Iron War Axe of Soul Snares. And Staff of the Flame Atronak. Interesting. Gotta put some stuff back though. Yeah, we got a bunch of books we don't really need to be carrying. Alright, let's go all the way back. I think we've explored the underwater part of this this place fully. Where's this? I don't know, but could have missed it. Ocean of a Warrior, Dwarven War Axe. Might end up dropping that eventually, but okay, the rest of these books we need to keep. Okay, stagger's 10. This one's less than 10. Everything else was at least 10, if I remember right. So, Anodized Shield, you're gone. Fishing supplies. Oh, we can even fish here. Okay, that's having some trouble. Oh, we're still quite away from where we actually started. Not sure why I keep randomly sinking to the bottom. Okay, we haven't even started looking at these parts here. Some garlic, we got a bunch of wine, which is eventually going to be too much for us. Out. Alright. 10. Hide armor. Light shields. Okay, stagger, that'll do. Okay, doke. Belt. Useful, but heavy. Damn it, didn't mean to take the bucket. Can always put it back. Gold potion of stamina. Iron helmets are 12. So I think they're next. Let's activate. Oh, it just gives you a torch. Don't really want a torch. Okay. Iron ore, sure. This isn't going to make noise or give ourselves up. Flawless garnet too. This doesn't appear to be linked, so let's go up here. This would be a good place for a sniper. Or a bunch of food. Cheese. Delicious cheese. Just out. Level armor's about 20. Don't have much else to give up, do we? Alright, onwards. Anything down here? Oh, this is just a way out from the water if you need it. See a man over there. Guessing we can probably lower this bridge. Oh, there's a little mini room over here too. Let's go fight our enemy first. Little regard for stealth. I didn't say no regard. There's another dude up there. Should we try and handle him soonish as well? Well, I'm guessing we have to go around here to go up there. Oh yeah, we were down there before, weren't we? Yep, it's ringing bells. Just making sure. There's two ways. This looks like a dead end. So we'll remember to go back to take out this guy here. I think we'll have to go this way.
Time to end this little game.
I agree. What else have you got up here? More arrows. At it. And then that lets you go round there. But for now, let's go back and revisit what we've missed. Hide. We have a torch we don't want, don't we? Ah, so this was a potential route round. Okay. Stand corrected. I get some attention there. Gold corundum and some sapphire. Yeah, he does. Sorry, Alis does not seem quite happy with us. Studded armor, 6 to 75. Leather armor is, yeah, it's better than that. Oh, poison and healing. Okay. And there's an upstairs. Always nice to see a coin purse. Hey. Oh, hi. Oh, is this like your living quarters? I see. Take your money. Take your money. We don't need to steal battle axe, do we? No. We most certainly do not. Ooh, tomato soup. It's one of the better ones. Sweet roll. Bet there's something in that. Nope. Never mind. Anything either bedside? Nope, just a bunch of beds. I guess this was the bathroom. Less time spent there the better. I'm not picking that bucket up. leads us back here. We went there. I just wanted to check something, if we had any ingredients. Crimson Nern root, but we want to keep that. Giant lichen, weakness to shock. Yeah, I thought there might be something that we didn't already discover. Wait, we haven't mined this? Look at me glow. Glowing with weakness to shock. Alright, well. I guess we'll just drop it here. I hate dropping stuff like into the world. I also hate walking without being able to run for like 10 years. Okay, that reveals that. We've already explored here. And yeah, we came around here before, didn't we? Oh, we were up there. Okay. Let's go for interrupting some dinner. Oh, Jarira's here too.
That's all you got?
Alright, Jarira. And he's down. And that's the quest complete. It's a little bit more cleanup left. They were trying to get us from up here. Yeah. Alright. I mean, it definitely was made to seem like a tougher battle than it actually was. Given that we we killed most of those guys in one shot. Ooh, bullet cream treat. We shouldn't be taking wine anymore, should we? That bowl is an expensive one. Real Baron Zaya, we've read them all. Oh, there's a mammoth tusk up here. Area the Mystic, Baron Zaya. Next unit, Frontier Conquest. Alright. Leather armor, we've been dropping enough of that. Oh, there's a Warhammer? I see a Warhammer somewhere? No, it's just the Ice Runner chest. Oh no, there is. This is an Elven Warhammer. I don't think we'll be picking it up unless we need an Elven Warhammer. Do need an Elven Warhammer. Alright, well that's gonna hurt. Didn't mean to take the dagger. Wait, remember to drop that. Lots of money though. Healing potion and Hagar's journal. That was the captain we just killed. 8th of Evening Star, Forward Arrow 200. Jarira is up to something big. He wouldn't tell me exactly. All he said was, it'll just be like the good old days before the cave-in sealed your boats in there. The can't send our ships out of here anymore. What is he hinting at? 14th of Evening Star, 40200. He wants to know what loot we have saved up. I don't care what he says. I'm not telling him anything about my stash. It stays down there where it's safe. I can't imagine he'd ever jump in this murky water, let alone swim down to the sunken boat. Well, he's an Argonian. He's the one thing they're good at is swimming. But yeah, I think we already found that loot, didn't we? 21st of Evening Star, 40200. It's on. Jari Ra and his sister Dija have something cooked up. All they need is a scapegoat. I wonder where they'll find someone dumb enough to do what they say. There's bound to be someone out there who will. Well, I'm your man. But clearly I was planning ahead. So what does the ice runner have? Orcish shield of dwindling fire. Gold hide braces. It's not bad. It's not incredible, but... we gotta drop some other stuff here. Wait, we gotta... What? Why do we have a Dwarven War Axe this whole time? We didn't need one of those, did we? No. Iron Dagger, we were gonna drop. Wine, we have way too much of. Nord Mead can go. And Alto Wine. Bowl. Sadly, even a mammoth tusk. Did not want to drop a lot of this stuff. Not my choice. So that means that this was something too, right? Banded Iron Shield. Ooh, Silver Amethyst Ring. Missed that one. Lion and Lure, I know we've read. Ooh, Honey Nut Treats. That's good. Doesn't need to take the bowl. We'll drop that too. And the plate. Donate. Rising Threat, Volume 3. What Iron Helmet? What the heck? Oh, there's one behind. Rising Threat, Volume 3. Okay, we've read all the way up to Volume 4. Iron Helmet. There's some stuff up there. Chests, gold, lockpick, vigorous healing. Maybe we just eat some food that we were probably gonna not keep around anyway. Sack of flour, for example. Yeah, let's eat a bunch of flour. After True Shot. Cool. Oh. Grab one of those. Hunting bow, iron bow. The most well-armed unit in the world. Let's go back down here first. There's a lot to explore. We already looted you. Captain Hagar. Hagar's chest key. Oh, well, that would have saved us from picking the lock, but then again, also would have prevented us from upgrading our lockpicking. Steel greatsword. Need. And there were a lot of them. Might have been really good to actually use the fire breath shout here, because everyone we killed got turned into a worm that fought for us. Not that we needed it in particular. Brief history, biography. Yep, let's just eat some more flour. Jarira. 60 gold, ruby. Necklace of minor alchemy. Definitely take that. Amethyst ring, silver ring. Yeah, some decent treasure. Nothing too crazy. Bread. Guess we'll pick it up. Orca stew. Mammoth steak. Gods and worship. We read Gods and worship. That sounds like a common one. Yeah. Need to grab that. Alright, well, I think that's the boat more or less cleared. We didn't see what was down here. Don't know why I picked up that flower, we're just gonna eat it. Potatoes, 74 of them. Damn. Alright, let's have some chips. Lost Miriam. Alright, this level's done. Is there anything this way? Yeah, that's where we came from. Up we go. Apples are good. Better than potatoes and tomatoes anyway. Salt was good. And if we could only find like a cooking place here. What's to stop us from starting a fire? Don't want flour anymore. Don't really want carrots. Take ingredients, juniper berries. Garlic. Cabbage. Nut treats. Horse haunch. Garlic. Don't want flour. Salt. Yes, please. More salt. Alright, yeah, eat a bunch more stuff. I did not mean to eat quite that many potatoes. Damn. I guess we'll pick some up later. Cabbages weigh quite a lot. Alright. Moving on up. I think that's everything here. Use wood chopping block. Yeah, this is a way where we could have come around. And we dealt with this guard up top. Yeah. Oh, is this a mine? Silver. We've got a nice little variety here. Silver, corundum, iron. No wonder they like this place. Oh, time to eat more cabbages. And another target, which means a free arrow. It's multiple. Okay, the smith area. Potion of stamina. Cherim's Heart. Doesn't sound like a book we've already read, so we're going to give it a peruse. Yeah, probably a skill book. Maybe an armor skill book based on its placement. Yeah, smithing, rather. Interviews with Tapestris, Volume 18, Cherim's Heart of Anequina by Livius Perus, Professor at the Imperial University. Contemporary with Makamat Lusine, interviewed in Volume 17 of this series, is the Khajiiti Cherim, whose tapestries have been hailed as masterpieces all over the Empire for nigh on 30 years now. His 4 factories located in sight throughout elsewhere make reproductions of his work, but his original tapestries command stellar prices. The Emperor himself owns 10 Cherim tapestries, and his representatives are currently negotiating the sale of 5 more. The muted use of colour, contrasted with the luminous skin tones of Cherim's subjects, is a marked contrast with the old style of tapestry. The subjects of his work in recent years have been fabulous tales of the ancient past, the gods meeting to discuss the formation of the world, the Chima following the prophet Veloth into Morrowind, the wild elves battling Morrowhouse and his legions at the White Gold Tower. His earliest designs dealt with more contemporary subjects. I had the opportunity to discuss with him one of his first masterpieces, the Heart of Anequina, at his villa in Orcrest. The Heart of Anequina presents an historic battle of the 5-year war between Elsewhere and Valenwood, which raged from 3rd Era 394 or 3rd Era 395, depending on what one considers to be the beginning of the war, until 3rd Era 399. In most fair accounts, the war lasted 4 years and 9 months, but artistic license from the great epic poet added an additional 3 months to the ordeal. The actual details of the battle itself, as interpreted by Cherim, are explicit. The faces of 120 Wood Elf archers could be differentiated one from the other, each registering fear at the approach of a Khajiiti army. Their hauberks catch the dim lights of the sun. The menacing shadows of the elsewhere battle cats loom on the hills, every muscle strained, ready to pounce and command. It is not surprising that he got all the details right, because Cherim was in the midst of it, as a Khajiiti foot soldier. Every minute part of the Khajiiti traditional armor can be seen of the soldiers in the foreground. The embroidered edging and striped patterns of the tunics, each lacquered plate on loose-fitting leather in the elsewhere style, the helmets of cloth and fluted silver. Cherim does not understand the point of plate mail, said Cherim. It is hot for one, like being both burned and buried alive. Cherim wore it at the insistence of our Nord advisors during the Battle of Zelenin, and Cherim couldn't even turn to see what my fellow Khajiit were doing. Cherim did some sketches for the tapestry of the Battle of Zelenin, but Cherim finds that to make it realistic, the figures came out very mechanical, like iron golems or Dwemer centurions. Knowing our Khajiiti commanders, Cherim would not be surprised if giving up the heavy plate was more aesthetic than practical. Elsewhere lost the Battle of Zelenin, didn't she? Yes, but Elsewhere won the war, starting at the next battle, the Heart of Equina, said Cherim with a smile. The tide turned as soon as the Khajiit sent our Nordic advisors back to Solitude. We had to get rid of all the heavy armor they brought to us, and find enough traditional armor our troops felt comfortable wearing. Obviously, the principal advantage of the traditional armor was that we could move easily in it, as you can see from the natural stances of the soldiers in the tapestry. Now, if you look at this poor perforated cafe rat, who just keeps battling on in the bottom background, you see the other advantage. It seems strange to say, but one of the best features of traditional armor is that an arrow will either deflect completely or pass all the way through. An arrowhead is like a hook, made to stick where it strikes if it doesn't pass through. A soldier in traditional armor will find himself with a hole in his body and a bolt on the other side. Our healers can fix such a wound easily if it isn't fatal, but if the arrow still remains in the armor, as it does with heavier armor, the wound will be reopened every time the fellow moves. Unless the Khajiit strips off the armor and pulls out the arrow, which is what we had to do at the Battle of Zelenin, a difficult and time-consuming process in the heat of battle, to say the least. I asked him next, is there a self-portrait in the battle? Yes, Cherim said with another grin. You see the small figure of the Khajiit stealing the rings off the dead wood elf. His back is facing you, but he has a brown and orange striped tail like Cherim's. Cherim does not say that all stereotypes about the Khajiit are fair, but Cherim must sometimes acknowledge them. A self-deprecating style in self-portraiture is also evident in the tapestries of Ranulf Hook, the next artist interviewed in Volume 19 of this series. Cool. Okay, we've got a forge, iron warhammer, iron sword, iron gauntlets, we've got a smelter, swords, helmets, tanning racks. Could use a tanning rack, I suppose. Hopefully that lightens the load a little bit. Or not. Why am I using the mouse? We explore all of this. Yes, we did. Yeah, we mined that. So is that it? We fully explored this location now? I think so. I mean, we already saw the sunken boat, so don't need to do anything else there. Didn't mean to drop down there, but sure. Alright, I guess we head home. keep going this way. And why does that happen? Like, I'm just pressing forward and then all of a sudden I just sink further down, like that. Or is it because maybe like my camera tilts while I'm swimming, so I'm actually facing down? I don't know. I wish there was some dialogue with Jiraiya at the end. We just sort of dragged him into a fight and then we just fought, didn't we? I would have liked to have heard what he had to say. Like, maybe some surprise that I'd found him here. Or some worry for his dead sister. Enemies are nearby. Who dares? Ayla, do you sense any enemies? What lone mud crab is making my life difficult? Oh, that's just Ayla. Is there a slaughterfish? Yeah, there sure is. Where are you? Okay. Now can we go? Yes, that one slaughterfish was preventing us from leaving. Awesome.
God might get nervous. A man approaches with his
You
weapons
approached
on.
me.
Whatever you need. Buy you smear if it's simple and strong. I can afford it.
Alright, well now we got double alchemy gear, so... Of course, that is a problem. Yeah, next to mine alchemy. Stamina. Ooh, fortifying marksman. Canis fruit and spider egg. Okay, another alchemy increase. One of those honeycombs. Up to 46.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came around.
Alright. I think that did actually help my carry weight though. There's my other helmet. Mirak.
Heading to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
I'm still here.
But then he
What do you need to take?
Ragnar the Red when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
Oh, you like the Amulet of Talus, do you? I mean, you don't shout, so it doesn't actually help you in any way, but sure, if you want to put it on, you can put it on.
Let's go.
And keep the necklace in case you want to do more alchemy later. Yeah, we had Skooma with us as well. Food. Oh, that's a lot of apples. Not on that plate. Was that it? 192. That still feels like a lot, although we did pick up a lot of food. That we still have mammoth steak, horse haunch, pork stew is pretty neat. Alright, well, cool. Just one more check. No, I think we're good. Alright, and that will do it for this episode. So we completed the Lights Out quest. We put out the fire in the Solitude Lighthouse, enabling a group of bandits known as what are they called? can't even remember what they were called. Black something Marauders. Black Blood? Yeah, I think it was Black Blood Marauders. So yeah, we put out the lighthouse fire so the Black Blood Marauders could, well, this ship would run aground and then they would be able to loot the ship. The idea was to split the loot with me, but apparently the actual idea was to, well, you know, use me to turn off the lighthouse light and then kill me. Well, it feels like anyone could have turned off the lighthouse light because there was no one guarding it at all. So it was very, very easy to do. But yeah, we beat Jarira's sister Dija. And fortunately, she was carrying a note explaining exactly where her brother was going to be and where the loot had been taken. So we went to Broken Ore Grotto and we took down Jarira and all of the Black Bloods that were there. And yeah, we got our share of the loot, which is to say all of it and more. Yeah. We also spent some other time in Solitude getting some other quests, I think, as well. Some miscellaneous ones. Yeah, or maybe that was last time, actually. Wait, speak to Gretz about going to the Temple of Divines. I swear we did this. Strange. Yeah, I thought something had bugged out with that quest. Because it didn't update. And we actually spoke to her and gave her Rogvir's amulet. Okay. Well, anyway, in the next episode, we will be doing another Miss Quest. We will be speaking to Viamo at the Bard's College, because apparently he's probably got something for us. We got told by someone to speak to him and find out more about the Bard's College, which is a new faction. There was no such thing as a Bard's College in Oblivion. Or for that matter, there weren't really any bards. The only guy who sang was that Aldos Offran guy in Shadenhall who was completely drunk and singing about the Cliff Racer. Yeah, I'm not giving you a rendition. Not today, anyway. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the next one. Take care. Goodbye.